What is up there, everyone? It's the guy with no game attack here, and I'm here for another quick commentary. And today's topic is, will there actually be a CoD killing game? It's just been talked about in the community for quite a while. They've suggested like Titanfall might do it, or Battlefield 4 might do it. And it's really a case of, they believe that because CoD has followed the same basic game for the last, well, pretty much since its creation, where it is basically just run and gun gunfights. There hasn't been many massive innovations, to be honest, at the moment. The whole idea with Ghosts with dynamic maps, that could be a really good addition, and it could like freshen up the series. But people have been saying now that the way they've kept the game in the same way could mean that it will die out. It could die out very soon, seeing as admittedly the last few games have been getting gradually worse. Partly due to the internet connection, also because of some of the weird stuff they put in. If they bring back the target finder, I'm not buying the game. But yeah, but the main thing I've thought about is, they say that other games might kill CoD, but what if I'm actually expecting CoD might end up killing itself, to be honest, because as I've said, they are going downhill. I mean, they've got all these connection issues at the moment, and they are bringing in this stuff which no one likes because it is just overpowering. It's the main problem that they have. They're trying to now give help to people that are like bad players. Now that's alright if it's done fairly, but the target finder is one example. You can find people who you would not normally see, and I really don't think that's fair, because if you get enough people in a party and you have a target finder, you can just spawn trap people for days, and that's just not fair. I mean, why should you be given kills that you shouldn't have anyway? And then you've got the death streaks. Now, some of them are funny, but some of them are a bit overpowered. I mean, martyrdom shouldn't be overpowered. The problem was the grenades seem to always heat seek you. I mean, I've seen clips where people have someone's dropped a martyrdom and the grenade has rolled up a hill towards someone, and it's like, what the hell? They're heat seeking grenades here? And yeah, some of the death streaks are pretty extreme. Dead Man's Hand, I love that thing just because it was funny to use, but admittedly it is an extremely unfair death streak, seeing as it blows the crap out of you, and you could be like on a Moab streak and it's extremely annoying. Like death streak like Painkiller, that's not too bad, because I find that one's fair, because you were still able to kill the person with Painkiller. It took a bit longer, but it gave the other person a bit of a chance to survive. I think that was relatively fair, and if you had stopping power, you could just shoot straight through them anyway. Juiced, I think, was also a fair death streak, because all it did was gives you increased speed. Hollow points, that was a good one, because that can give you some help. But it's the ones that involve like explosives and stuff, they shouldn't be used just because. And also Final Stand, that is not really fair, to be honest. I mean, the amount of times I've killed people, because it's like, if you have like a really high fire rate gun and you get put in Final Stand, you can just rape face as you drop to the floor and they're not expecting it. And that's one of the problems they've had. And then they've also had other like scopes and stuff, which, like I said, the target finder, it's not fair. They need to improve stuff like that. It's a case of they're making it easier for a target audience is lower, because admittedly there are so many 10-year-olds playing the game. They're basically, the target audience is dropping, so they're making game, it's almost like they're not putting in as much effort as they need to, because the target audience won't care how much like crap is in the game. So they put stuff in like the target finder so that new players can be, well, good, but actually it's just putting the person who's using it at a massive advantage for no reason. I think that they should stop just like benefiting bad players. I mean, I'm a bad player, but it's like, I don't use stuff like the target finder because I don't like it. I find it I don't see the reason, because I don't think it's fair, so I don't use it. There are some things which I will use. For instance, like, I don't like people using the ACR in Modern Warfare 3. I will use it just because I want to master it. I want to get all the attachments on every gun, so I will use it at some point, but I won't overuse it like it is by pretty much everyone who does use it. And it's just how they benefit the bad players, which is annoying. I mean, when I started, my first CoD was MW2, I was a terrible player. I'd be happy to get 10 kills in a game of like domination, and it's like I was happy to just play the game. But now they're just benefiting the people who were like me. I'm still nothing amazing. I mean, you've seen my live comps. I get shit on all the time, but it's just they should stop benefiting all the bad players. They should just level it out. Something like MW2 without some of the rubbish in it and all the hacks. But in general, they really need to up the franchise and get rid of some of these bad things. I mean, there are two scopes that helped you find people in Black Ops 2. You had the target finder and the millimeter scanner. The target finder was overpowered, in my view, because it just showed you where everyone was in the field of view of the scope. But if someone was on the edge of it, you'd still see the edge of the diamond, which means you could see people out of your field of view, which is a bit stupid. Whereas the millimeter scanner, that is fair, because you can only see people that aren't moving, and it's quite hard to use. And also when you're in a head-to-head gunfight with nothing in the way, it's quite distracting with all the beams going out. But yeah, I want to hear what you guys think, because I think personally, if there's anything that's going to kill CoD, it'll be itself. But there are some games out there that might do it. I mean, they've got a lot to play against me. Titanfall does look like a good game. The only problem is it's not on PS4, which sucks. It's just money whores. But then they've got Battlefield 4. I mean, that's probably going to be one of the best. That's going to be one of the best shooters this year, in my opinion, just because of the amount of features in it, the amount of realism and immersion in the game. Just looks awesome. CoD Ghost does look like it could be good. It just depends on how they do the multiplayer. But anyway, I want to hear your views. Please comment and leave likes below, and enjoy the rest of your day.